Class of April 2023, and thank you for hearing me blather on.
WGU graduates, it's an honor to be here with you today. Coach Monty Williams of the Phoenix Suns said, "Everything you want is on the other side of hard." In high school, I applied to several top-tier universities with a carefully crafted resume full of advanced placement classes, sports, music, and leadership opportunities, only to be rejected by my top 3 colleges. Without giving up, I chose to attend the University of Oregon and pursue my dream at the time of a music education. I believe nothing could stop me or deter me from accomplishing my dreams until the end of the first semester when I flunked out of one of my core classes. I was devastated. It was clear my dream wasn't working out, and I chose to take an 18-month sabbatical to serve a mission with my church. On the day I returned home from this much-loved experience, I discovered my dad was not at the airport to greet me. He had suffered a massive heart attack the night before and was in the ICU. The next year would prove to be one of the hardest of my young life, as my family bonded together to support my dad in his very long journey of recovery. During that same year, I met my very best friend and the love of my life. We were married after a swift engagement and believed that with our faith in God and love for each other, we could do anything. But within 2 years of our wedding, we learned that I had major medical issues that would prevent us from having children of our own. This news was devastating. But we tried to make the best of it. We knew we had many nieces and nephews who would be sure to keep us company. It was at this time I decided it was again time to pursue my dream of an education. This time I found WGU. The courses were challenging, but I loved to study. I had high hopes that I would finish in less than the 3 years my mentor advised. I was determined to channel my faith in what I had learned from my struggles and put them into action. 8 months later, life threw us another curveball. When my husband and I got a call from my sister informing us there was a foster child who needed a home. We were not foster parents, and we had not planned on becoming such. But after hearing this little girl's story, we couldn't say no. 2 weeks later, our beautiful daughter, Olivia, was living with us. We tried to make friends with local families, build a support system, and in that process, just 2 months later, we met 4 more incredible siblings who were being prepared to separate into 3 separate foster homes. After hearing their story, again, we couldn't say no. And so 3 days after meeting them, our wonderful children, Zachary, Jordan, Peyton, and Matthew, came into our home. Within the next year and a half, we would have the opportunity to adopt each one of them. Going from Going from 0 to 5 children was one of the hardest, most beautiful experiences of my life. And as you can imagine, it drastically slowed down my educational process. Instead of graduating in the 3 years or sooner, I was advised it took me nearly 5 years. As I have reflected on that, here's what I've learned. Number 1, out of adversity blooms the flower of resilience, and resilience is the characteristic of the strong. We cannot choose the adversity that comes our way, but we can choose our perspective and our attitudes towards it. We can choose to move forward with unwavering faith that through the hardship, we will prevail. Number 2, choose your hard. An unknown author once wrote, "Marriage is hard, divorce is hard. Choose your hard. Obesity is hard. Being fit is hard. Choose your hard. Being in debt is hard. Being financially disciplined is hard. Choose your hard. Communication is hard. Not communicating is hard. Choose your hard. Life will never be easy. It will always be hard, but we can choose our hard. Pick wisely." And number 3, There are only 3 things that you can count on in your life: your faith, your family, and your education. Today, when I look back with 20/20 vision, I see a life well lived and joy along the way. I didn't follow the path I thought I would have, yet I have been more blessed than I ever could have imagined. Today, I have a job I love in a completely different field than I originally planned on working. I have amazing friends and a beautiful home in a town I didn't know existed 5 years ago. And although I did not graduate early, standing here today, I did graduate with the greatest blessings in my life: my parents, my siblings, my nephews, my soulmate, and my 5 remarkable children. These are the people who stuck by me through all the adversity and helped make me strong. WGU graduates, we have climbed the mountains of adversity. We have persevered through trials and overcome our weaknesses. We have written the eternally long papers and passed every objective assessment to be here today. Through the adversity, we have truly been made strong. Congratulations, class of 2023. May each of us take the hardships that brought us here today and channel it to make a better world for all those who come after us. Thank you.